We are back with more B2B questions. Hello everyone, my name is Shaheen. I'm the founder of X Growth, a B2B growth agency down here in Melbourne, Australia. Now, what is today's question? Today's question comes from Natalie, and her question is inbound or outbound marketing more effective for B2B marketing? Really good question, but before we answer it, I got two disclaimers. The first disclaimer is that I think every business needs to develop their three main channels of growth: inbound, outbound, and strategic partnership. The second disclaimer is how we define outbound. Outbound, for us at least, is not getting a list of companies and picking up the phone and smile and dial. Outbound for us is very strategic, it's very targeted, and it's very personalized how we go about it. Those are the two disclaimers. Now, let's get back to the question. So, inbound or outbound when it comes to B2B? Three things to take into consideration. Number one is your average contract value. If you are selling a high-ticket item, outbound is probably more effective. If you're selling a $20 SaaS product to businesses, then you probably can't even afford salespeople and you got to rely more on inbound. Number two is the total addressable market that you're going after. If the number of companies that can adopt your solution or product or service are thousands and thousands and thousands, then at any given time, probably a lot of people are looking for what you're selling, and therefore you can rely on an inbound strategy. But if the number of companies that you're going after is limited, it's a small number, you probably want to go with an outbound approach so you can target them specifically and convert them into customers. Number three is how easy is it to identify the people that you want as customers. So once you go and create your ideal customer profile, how easy is it to go in the market with publicly available information and find those people that you want to target? If it's very easy, then you probably want to think about an outbound strategy because you can identify those companies and go after them. If it's not very easy, for example, if you're selling a software development solution to startup companies, it's challenging to find these startup companies because they're not very easy to identify and they might not have very complete profiles, and you can't do that. Therefore, an inbound strategy, a strategy that these companies will find you, might be a lot more effective. Now, those are the 3 points to take into consideration when you're comparing inbound and outbound. But before we wrap up, there's one more thing that I want to point out. Over the last few years, what we're starting to see is inbound and outbound really coming together. What do I mean by that? We're starting to see, for example, salespeople utilizing content that marketing had developed for an inbound campaign. We're starting to see salespeople using it in their outbound outreach. Or we're starting to see salespeople using an event, traditionally used in inbound, to go after specific target accounts and telling them about them and bring them in and turning them into customers. Or we're starting to see marketing utilizing ads to target companies that sales is going after as another extra channel. So over and over, we're starting to see these two fields really merging for a more effective marketing strategy. That is pretty much it on this question. Now, if you got more questions on B2B, definitely drop them in the comments and we will have a look and we'll make a video about them. Until the next one, we'll see you later.